Hey, Brian.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Yeah, like I kind of got a little bit of a something congestion or something. Like, I'm just kidding. I'm fine.
Hi, I'm Assistant Undersecretary of the Department of Homeland Security. I'd like to extend a warm hello and welcome you to your Loner Program Reprogramming Program.
Hey, what's up? My name is Eric Tremone. I am the director and filmmaker behind the film Loners that was released on Amazon Prime last year.
Introvert. A word that is not really all that dissimilar from the word pervert.
Here we are today using technology to bridge the gap between loners. Everyone is self-isolating right now due to COVID-19. So we wanted to try to add some levity to the situation and give you a little bit of background and insight on the characters who were involved to help create the film Loners. How about you? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. We're all together. Everything's fine. I can work from home. So in my work, fortunately, I feel real fortunate. It hasn't stopped. So that's been huge. Your heart's breaking for the rest of the world and the people that are in trouble. And hopefully this all turns around, the way they're hoping it will if we do all this stuff.
Right. And so that's one of the big reasons why I wanted to try to do this, is because our film kind of centers on such strong social distancing themes and stuff. It's like kind of a weird, prescient coincidence. We have a little fan base that's developing with Loners, so I kind of felt like them being able to see everybody in their natural environments might be kind of cool.
See the animals in their natural environment? I love it.
Well, thank you for extending the time to come on and talk to everybody. We really appreciate it.
Of course, thanks for having me. I appreciate you doing this.
So how did you come to be an actor, and how did you come to know Tyson?
That's just a whole nother story that I don't really want to get into. Just saying his name kind of makes me have a fever. I got into acting years ago, man. I was actually a college football coach, and I did that for 5 years. So acting was not even on my radar. I was going to win the Super Bowl, and then that didn't happen. I was coaching at a pretty big college, and we got fired, and I sat and watched the snowfall for about a month and decided I didn't want the insecurity of being a college football coach. So what better to become than an actor? There was no insecurity there, right? So I did that. I was in New York City for 8 years. When I started, I was, studying there, doing a ton of theater, did the Public Theater Shakespeare Lab, and then started doing television and film. Mm-hmm. All the Law and Orders were filming then, so, it was easy to get some job. A co-star saying he went that way, or I think he was wearing a red shirt or something like that. And I've been out in LA for 12 and doing a bunch of shows out here. And I met Tyson through the Rogue Machine Theater Company.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, I think I met Tyson through Loners.
All right.
What was then the play called Lonin' On It. We actually hated each other on the first day of rehearsal. I mean, hated each other.
All right. Tell me a little bit more about that. What happened?
We both have a dry sense of humor and big egos, and that's a bad combination, man. So you start making jokes, but you're kind of not. He is cutting, man. He is really funny and really sharp, and so we were going at it. I remember walking away going, "What an asshole, man!" Mm-hmm. And then,
yeah, you see, I'm shaking my head, right?
It's a rehearsal. I came to love him because I realized a lot of it. He was joking. I don't think I've met anyone with as dry of a sense of humor as Tyson Terrell.
Yeah.
He's so dry, it's really hard to tell when he's serious. But then we got to know each other, and I love the guy now. What
was your big takeaway from Loners? Do you feel like you had anything that transpired on set that really sticks out in your memory or sticks in your craw?
No, nothing sticks in my craw. It's all great memories. I mean, the shoot was kind of short. I think we were there for 12 days. It was great. Every day was great. I mean, I was with people I'd done this play with for 2 months or whatever, and half of them I've known for a decade, and we had a blast, man. I mean, you were there. Every day was awesome, and I get to do scenes with all my buddies and work with you, and then get to do a day with Stephen Tobolowsky and get to do it was fantastic. And I think we were all on this kind of adventure together to make this little movie and see what it could be, and I think it turned out great.
I've said this a number of times, but everyone really did bring their A game, and to see all of the actors come together and their chemistry, your chemistry with your friends and being on set, it's like a special moment that we were able to all share together, and it's like not everyone gets to do that, so I feel pretty special to have experienced it, but then also special to have actually been able to pull it off. It's just one of those things it's like capturing lightning in a bottle.
Totally, man. What you and Tyson did in 12 days and that crew we had was was amazing. The actors, we had the easy part.
Don't undersell yourself. You guys had a ton of stuff to commit to and memorize. And as a matter of fact, why don't you speak a little bit about that?
Because we'd done the play, it wasn't bad. You know, obviously the film script was different than the play, but you didn't have to think. There was no questioning of how would my character say this. Like, you know, when you're doing television, you're stepping in for a week, or even, you know, when you go do another film and you're kind of learning each other and learning the director and the other actors, and you want to make sure you're all telling the same story, and are we in the same world? That takes a little while, and there could be some misfires, but I feel like because we had the experience of the play, and you folded so well into what we were already doing, that it was pretty seamless, man.
I really wanted to try to keep the energy light, and I'm glad you felt that way too, because I also felt the same. A lot of people were kind of like doom and gloom and saying that they felt that there was going to be more heartache and upset and struggles. But in all honesty, I felt like because we were a little bit older as a group, we were able to just gel much more quickly and stay professional and keep our eye on the prize. Did you encounter a situation on set that you were like, oh, that was unexpected, or I didn't really see it going this way, or did everything pretty much go according to plan in your mind?
Well, the scenes was Tobolowsky. I didn't quite realize what the set was going to look like with the
white tarp pop-up room.
The white tarp draped on the edges. I thought that was really cool. Not at all what I expected, but really cool. Then the group scenes with all of us in the therapy room, you know, the loners room with Mike, those are hard. Those are hard to shoot. You know, for a director and a set deck person to keep that room interesting and find angles to keep the story going, it's not easy. And you've got 6, 7, 8 actors in the room. A lot of coverage to have happen. So there was a couple long days we had in there, but once we got in it, it was like, well, of course those are going to be long. We've got 8 people in the room.
Exactly.
Everyone has lines, and you got to make sure you're telling the emotional story with reaction shots of everybody. It's not easy.
Yeah, that was one of the most terrifying things when I actually started really thinking about it. I'm like, well, we're going to be in a white room. So this, like, basically it's like you're shooting THX 1138 or something. And it's like, how do you make this interesting? But you also direct. So you're thinking about some of these things a little bit more than maybe most.
Yeah, I remember when Tyson said we're going to start it with the room white and build it into all this color and all this decoration. I was like, wow, that's bold. I wouldn't have the guts to do that, man. People don't realize how much goes into making a shot.
Yeah.
Visually appealing and interesting, you know?
In a lot of ways, it relied heavily on you guys bringing something interesting that we could cut on. So the lion's share of the responsibility kind of landed in your lap.
Well, we hope we didn't disappoint.
Were there any favorite set moments that you had while we were shooting?
We had the dressing rooms like right off where most of the main set was. And between Neil, Keith, Kari, and I, and Brenda and Melissa, actually, we would leave each other, you know, not suitable for work notes on each other's dressing room door.
The precursor to Me Too? Is that what you're telling me?
yeah. We would all be arrested today for leaving the notes we left on each other's door. We'd all be like out of the business. But we all knew each other really well, and everyone gave as good as they got.
I was in a whirlwind most times and kind of just not really knowing what the hell's going on. But so I know there was stuff going on around the set that I just wasn't privy to. Would you ever do a sequel to Loners?
Oh my God, heartbeat. If we could do Lincoln Chalk 10 years later, 5 years later, that would be amazing. With that whole cast and with what's going on now.
Exactly.
It would be incredible. Are you kidding me?
How do you feel about the connection between what we did as filmmakers and what's currently happening with the entire world being locked down?
There's some parallels, obviously, in terms of isolation and things like that. The thing about Loners is that they were fighting for the right to isolate themselves in our film. You know what I mean? Fighting against a government group that was scared about the people who isolated. You know, look, we can make fun of the government all day long.
That's pretty easy.
A bunch of clowns standing up behind microphones, lying and saying a bunch of shit that isn't true, and at the same time cashing in their stock. In terms of that, the Doctor Strangelove aspect of it, it's always there.
Since Loners debuted, what have you been working on? You got anything new upcoming that you'd like to talk about?
I've been writing a lot. So I had a play, one of my plays, Smart Love, world premiered at the Purple Rose Theater in Michigan. in 2017. Then it premiered on the West Coast here in 2019. And then I'm going to write the pilot for a major studio in town. We just sold the rights to that play, which I'm super excited about.
Awesome, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. So that's writing that, and then the first play I ever wrote, which was also done at the Purple Rose, we're taken out to pitch as a show, and that's about my experiences as a college football coach.
Well, let me know if I can help you in any way. I don't mean like, just if there's anything I can do, you let me know, and I'm there.
Totally. Thank you, man.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you'd like to add in that you want to communicate to the fans? There are some people out there that definitely have a soft spot for Lincoln.
Thank you for watching a movie, a little movie that could, and really understanding it. Seeing the comments from people who love this movie, they really got it. The tone is different, and I'm so happy that people found it A, entertaining, because I feel like that's our number one job, and B, it seemed to mean something to some people who share some of those loner tendencies, which I think is really awesome. So thank you for watching, number one, and number two, look, enjoy your alone time right now. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Keep people safe. Keep our distance right now. Let's do the right thing. Shut this thing down so we can make a lot more movies.
Social distancing, #loners. All right, Brian, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me today and helping me break up some of the monotony of sitting here by myself.
Thanks for getting it together, and you rock, Eric.
All right, bro. Take care, dude. Thank you again.
All right.
So thank you guys so much for taking the time to join and meet some of the Loners cast members. I really appreciate you coming on this journey with me. I know this can be some trying times that we're under, but just remember that you're not alone and we're all in this together.
Alone. Together.
If you haven't had a chance yet, please head over to Amazon Prime and give it a watch. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks for all your support.